Have you ever found yourself waking up at 3 a.m. seemingly without any reason? An intriguing question, isn't it? For some of us, this might sound eerily familiar. Our eyes snap open, the room is quiet, and the clock on the bedside table glaringly reads 3 a.m. It's a curious phenomenon, one that's been experienced by countless individuals across the globe, but it isn't just a random coincidence. In fact, it's far from it. You see, the universe operates on patterns and rhythms, and our bodies are no exception. We are intrinsically linked to these cosmic rhythms, whether we realize it or not. And when we unexpectedly find ourselves wide awake at 3 a.m., it's the universe nudging us, whispering that there's something more, something deeper at play. This repeated wake-up call at 3 a.m. is often viewed as a spiritual sign, a divine message, if you will. This is the hour that falls directly opposite the time of the solar noon. It's the darkest point of the night, the point where the veil between our physical world and the spiritual realm is at its thinnest. It's a time of heightened spiritual activity, a time for deep introspection and connection with the universe. This uncanny hour is also known as the witching hour or the devil's hour. Despite the ominous names, it's not necessarily something to fear. Rather, it's a testament to the powerful energies at work during this time. It's a time of potential, a time when the universe is most receptive to our thoughts, our dreams, and our desires. So the next time you find yourself blinking at the clock at 3 a.m., remember that it might not be a mere coincidence. There might be a spiritual message, a cosmic hint waiting to be unraveled. Take a moment to reflect, to tune into your inner self and listen to what the universe may be trying to convey. As it turns out, there's more to this 3 a.m. wake-up call than meets the eye. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the spiritual significance of the mysterious 3 a.m. hour in our next segment. The hour between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., commonly known as the witching hour, holds a deeper spiritual significance. This mysterious time slot has been ingrained in our cultural consciousness for centuries. Originating from European folklore, the witching hour was believed to be when witches and other supernatural beings were the most powerful and active. But this concept has evolved over time, finding its place in various spiritual philosophies and practices. In the spiritual realm, the witching hour is considered a time of heightened spiritual activity. It's like the universe hits the pause button on the physical world, and the spiritual world takes center stage. It's believed that during this time, the veil that separates our world from the spiritual realm becomes thinner. This makes it easier for us to access and interact with the higher energies and beings that exist beyond our everyday perception. Think of it like this. If our reality is a radio station, then the witching hour is like tuning into a different frequency, one that's usually drowned out by the noise of our daily lives. It's a time when we can receive clearer spiritual signals, and when our intuition can be at its peak. But why 3 a.m., you might ask? Well, it's all about balance. In numerology, the number 3 is considered a sacred number, symbolizing harmony, wisdom, and understanding. And in the cycle of a day, 3 a.m. is directly opposite to 3 p.m., the time when life is typically the busiest. It's a time of quiet, of stillness, when the rest of the world sleeps, making it the perfect time for spiritual energies to make their presence felt. So when you find yourself waking up at this hour, it might not be a random occurrence. It could be a call from the spiritual realm, an invitation to tap into your higher consciousness, or a sign that there's something important that the universe wants you to know or understand. So, waking up at 3 a.m. might be more than just a disturbance in your sleep pattern. It might be a unique opportunity to connect with the unseen world and discover the deeper spiritual truths that lie beyond our physical reality. But what does waking up at 3 a.m. mean for you, on a spiritual level? Well, it's believed by many that this peculiar hour holds considerable spiritual significance. It's more than just a random disruption to your sleep. It might just be that the universe or your spiritual guides are trying to communicate with you. Now, you might be wondering, why 3 a.m.? Well, it's generally at this time when the hustle and bustle of daily life has settled down. It's quiet, tranquil, and the energy around you is at its purest. This makes it an ideal time for spiritual guides to reach out, as their subtle messages are less likely to be drowned out by the noise of our everyday lives. Some believe that waking up at 3 a.m. can be a sign from the universe urging you to pay attention to your intuition. This is the time when your intuitive faculties are believed to be at their peak. It's as if the universe has pressed the pause button on the world so you can tune into your inner wisdom without any distractions. However, it's not merely about receiving messages or tapping into your intuition. Waking up at 3 a.m. can also be a time of personal growth and self-reflection. It's a moment when you're stripped of the day's distractions and pretenses, left alone with your thoughts and feelings. This can create a perfect environment for introspection, for examining your life, your choices, and your path. This is not to imply that every time you wake up at 3 a.m., you're having a spiritual awakening. It could simply be your body's way of telling you to adjust your sleeping habits. But if you consistently find yourself awake at this hour, it might be worth paying attention to what your mind and body are trying to communicate. It seems waking up at 3 a.m. could be a spiritual wake-up call, inviting us to look within. What if you could turn these nocturnal interruptions into a spiritual practice? Imagine, instead of being perturbed by this unexpected wakefulness, you embraced it as a special time for reflection and connection with the higher realms. Intriguing, isn't it? Let's explore some practical ways to turn the 3 a.m. wake-up into a sacred time for spiritual activities. Firstly, consider meditating. The stillness of the early morning hours, when the rest of the world is fast asleep, can provide the perfect environment for deep meditation. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Let the silence envelop you as you journey inward, exploring the depths of your being. Next, you might want to try prayer. This doesn't necessarily mean religious prayer, although it can if that resonates with you. Think of it as a conversation with the universe, a chance to express gratitude, seek guidance, or simply bask in the presence of something greater than yourself. Remember, the universe is always listening, even at 3 in the morning. Lastly, consider journaling. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can be a cathartic experience. It's like having a private conversation with yourself. You might be surprised by the insights you uncover when you put pen to paper in the quiet of the early morning. Embracing the 3 a.m. wake-up for spiritual activities can have numerous benefits. It can provide clarity, calm your mind, and deepen your connection with the universe. It can also help you understand and navigate your emotions more effectively. Think about it. Instead of losing sleep, you're gaining precious time for self-reflection and spiritual growth. It's like discovering a hidden treasure in the middle of the night. So, the next time you find yourself wide awake at 3 a.m., remember that it's not just an inconvenience. It's an invitation to step out of the ordinary and into the extraordinary. An invitation to explore the depths of your soul and connect with the universe in a profound and meaningful way. It's like turning an annoyance into an opportunity for spiritual growth. So, waking up at 3 a.m. might not be as random as it seems. We've journeyed through the intriguing world of nighttime awakenings, delving into the mysterious hour and the witching hour. We've explored the spiritual significance of this peculiar wake-up call and even challenged ourselves to embrace it. As we've discovered, the 3 a.m. wake-up is deeply rooted in history, culture, and spirituality. It's an hour steeped in mystery, a time when the veil between our world and the spiritual realm is at its thinnest. It's a moment when our subconscious mind, free from the distractions of the day, can connect with something much larger than ourselves. Throughout various cultures and epochs, this hour has been viewed as a sacred time. It's been dubbed the witching hour, a time when supernatural beings are believed to be most active. It's been associated with heightened spiritual activity, a period when prayers, meditations, and other spiritual practices are believed to be most potent. But beyond its historical and cultural context, the 3 a.m. wake-up call can also be a personal invitation to spiritual growth. It's a call to introspection, an invitation to listen to our inner voice. It's an opportunity to reflect, meditate, or even just to be in the quiet stillness of the early morning. If you find yourself waking up at 3 a.m., rather than tossing and turning, consider engaging in a spiritual practice. You might meditate, pray, journal, or simply sit in silence. Use this time to connect with your inner self, to explore your thoughts and emotions, and to set your intentions for the day ahead. Remember, the 3 a.m. wake-up is not just an inconvenient interruption to your sleep. It's a unique window of opportunity, a sacred space for spiritual exploration and growth. It's a call from the universe, a gentle nudge towards self-discovery and inner peace. Next time you find yourself awake at 3 a.m., remember, it might just be a spiritual call to look within and grow.